What's going on, y'all? You're now watching the greatest channel that has ever existed. My name is 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘵. I truly appreciate you guys for being here with me. So today we're going to talk about the power of Bitcoin and how it actually is a lie that it takes a lot of energy away from other uses such as heating homes and taking care of businesses and all that stuff. And how cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically, the ones that use proof of work, is actually helping the environment instead of hurting it. Okay. But before I get into the details of that, I want to read the comments from my subscribers. Really appreciate you guys. Would not be here without you. The first comment that we have is from 𝘊𝘳𝘺𝘰𝘮 that says, when our community does self-destructive shit like this, instead of standing strong together, we have no one to blame but ourselves. When the entire crypto market stalls out, okay? Governments won't even be the ones to blame for crypto failing. The people in our own community are the monsters holding everyone back. And yes, this is because Uniswap banned HEX from being transacted, from allowing you to trade HEX on their website, even though Uniswap was supposed to be 100% decentralized. Uniswap, what the hell are you doing? Just because they were afraid of what the SEC was going to do with Richard Hart and all these other problems. But HEX is not going anywhere. HEX used to be like number 3 or 4 during the bull market in 2021. It was worth billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. It's going to do the same exact thing now. I think HEX is worth about 1 to 2 pennies right now. My estimation is that it's going to go all the way up to 150 pennies, $1.50. So it's going to do about a 100 to 150x from right now. So get into HEX, do your long-term stakes, be greedy when others are fearful. Everyone is fearful right now. Next comment that we have is from Ronaldo, long-term follower. Thank you. I'm in accumulation phase for Xen right now till 6 months post halving. Okay. So the halving event is going to happen in April estimation. So he's going to do this until October 2024. Have you seen what TGC Xen is doing? No, I have not. So guys, tell me what TGC Xen is. Put it down in the comments. Describe to me what that is, and then I'll do a video about it actually. Next comment that we have is from Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He has 2 comments. He says, now is the time to start investing. This is with the Titan X crypto. Yes, I've invested into Titan crypto myself. So far, I've invested $1,000. Just a lot. Maybe I shouldn't lie about that, but who cares? I invested about $1,000, about $500 into the minting process, and another $500 into the staking process. I'm going to continue to invest in all of these things right here. Everything that I'm telling you to do, I do it myself. So, I mean, who cares? I can show you evidence about that, but you could just watch my other videos that I did on Titan X. I have a bunch of videos on Titan X right now that I do. So watch those videos and see that I'm part of the struggle. I'm putting skin in the game. We're still in the end of the bear market / beginning of the bull market. Technically, we're in the accumulation phase right now. It's going to suck right now for the next 18 to 24 months until the end of 2025. And last comment that we have is from Joshua ITMO. Deploy Titan X on all chains for fairness and transparency. Then Black Levin responded, also another long-term subscriber. Deploying on all chains has nothing to do with fairness or transparency. That's true. It's not really about deploying on all chains. It's about reading the code. It's about doing your own research, reading the code, reading the white paper, and making sure that it works properly. Go to Titan X, read the white paper, study it yourself, read the code, study it yourself. Even though I tell you to do this, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I say is only 90% chance of happening. It's not 100%. So do your own research. This is probably what's going to happen, okay? So let's get into solar flaring, or gas flaring. So we have a comment from Reddit that's posted by Bitcoin Maximalist that says the World Bank published a report on gas flaring that mentions Bitcoin about 40 times. So yes, the World Bank even knows the power of Bitcoin right now. They're acknowledging the powerful incentive structure that Bitcoin offers to tackle climate change. What? Bitcoin is tackling climate change, not attributing to climate change? That's crazy. That's not possible. Yes, it is. Let's read into detail. See, I zoomed it in for you guys. Thank you. Okay, so they say that it's estimated that 250 millimeter stallion fork divided by decameters. I don't know what that is right there. I think that's what it is. I majored in physics and science. Well, technically I majored in bioengineering at the University of Maryland. So I studied all these things, but that was like over a decade ago, so I don't really know what this is. Anyways, let's go into it, the details. With regards to its business model, Crusoe, number 1, purchases, installs, and operates the the DFM models. Now, DFM models are related to power plants, the burning of hydrocarbons, the burning of natural gas, okay? Models at no cost to oil producers. So Crusoe is doing this at no cost to the people that produce oil. Number two, it remunerates the producer by purchasing associated gas, okay? So it creates these things that are needed for the power plants, and then it purchases the gas that these companies create. And then number three, it generates revenues from either Bitcoin mining, okay? It uses Bitcoin mining or operating high performance computing data centers for third-party clients, okay? So what they're doing is they're taking power from power plants and using it to do Bitcoin mining and high-end, super powerful data crunching, such as what we use to power AI. The power generation units represented typically 1/3 of CapEx, okay? That's capital expenditure. The data center shell customized container, another 10 to 20%. And the remainder is for computer systems. The price paid for associated gas is generally lower than the pipeline prices, but sufficient enough for incentivize operators not to flare, okay? So there's incentive to flare these wasted things, and there's incentive to not flare. So let me just describe what happens. When you do natural gas, or when you pump natural gas out from the underground, and when you use it to power the power plants, you don't use it to power the power plants 100% of the time. Sometimes you're just going to have to let that gas go, and it's called gas flaring, okay? So this gas is literally wasted by just letting it burn into the sky, by just letting it burn into the air, because you cannot use this gas, you cannot use this oil 100% of the time. So instead of just burning it into the air, which therefore creates more carbon emissions, it creates more carbon dioxide into the air. And what's even worse is that it creates more methane into the air. Methane is way more detrimental to the environment than carbon dioxide. Instead of burning that freely into the air, what we could use is take that energy that's burned freely into the air, use it to turn turbines, and then these turbines therefore are used to mine Bitcoin. And because we're capturing this, we're capturing these hydrocarbons and using it to power Bitcoin, it therefore reduces the amount of carbon, it reduces the amount of methane that is put into the air, and therefore it helps climate change to reduce. This is positive for us. Bitcoin is helping climate change, okay? When mining Bitcoins, Crusoe mines the cryptocurrency for itself, which exposes equity returns to the variability in Bitcoin prices, okay? When providing cloud computing services to third parties, Crusoe has several business models, including fixed rack space and power capacity fees, or variable charges per unit of time based on the type of computing hardware used by the customer. Okay, so that's what they're saying. They're saying that they're using this flaring gas to mine Bitcoin and to do high-powered cloud computing and other computing such as AI-driven computing that we use. Okay, so Crusoe's solution is advantageous for oil producers because, one, it ensures compliance with flaring regulations. There you go. So the oil producers don't have to fight the government and pay fines to the government for releasing too much flaring, too much gas into the air. Okay. Number two, it creates additional revenue stream from associated gas. Very nice. And number three, it demonstrates the producer's commitment to reducing emissions. The consensus, what are these words, man? I have to go back and study SAT. For all these words, via royalties and the states via servants taxes also benefit financially for Crusoe's solution. Okay. For instance, Crusoe has been servicing a large public exploration and production operation drilling horizontal Bakken oil and gas wells in the McKenzie County, North Dakota. Okay. So what are these horizontal drilling things? So what they do is that it's pretty much fracking. What they do is that instead of just drilling down and getting the oil, they drill down and then they drill sideways and then pump tons and tons of chemicals into the earth. And then this releases the oil and natural gas that wasn't able to be done maybe a decade ago, 2 decades ago. It's very complicated, but not so complicated. New innovation has created that therefore allows us to create the most hydrocarbons of anyone else. I think America is like number 2 or 3 in the entire world when it comes to the production of hydrocarbons, okay? Because of the fracking ability that was recently discovered about a decade or 2 ago, okay? The operator has access to gas gathering pipeline systems that lack sufficient capacity to take all of the gas from the 5 wells on the site. Okay. The volume of excess gas is variable and dependent on the gas production from all other sites, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So in fact, let me go back and read some of the comments that they have under this right now. We scroll down right now. We see 𝘕𝘰𝘯𝘕 that says should link to the report. Here's the report. Don't trust but verify. It's true. Like I said, always do your own research. Beyond using gas that would otherwise be flared, Bitcoin is a monetary system that encourages thrift, saving, and investment rather than a fiat debt system that encourages consumption and waste. Yes, this is another good thing about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is amazing in all aspects. The World Bank oversees the biggest single driver of environmental and societal destruction, the fiat debt-based monetary system. On top of that, another benefit of Bitcoin is that it is a hedge against the traditional fiat debt system that governments such as United States and such as the European Union use. Okay, so you can use your dollars every single day. I use dollars every single day. We're all going to use dollars for the foreseeable future. But because they continue to print our dollars constantly, this is a hedge against this inflation. Yes, the benefit of US dollars is that we can use it to buy our chicken, and we can use it to pay for our rent every day, and we can use it to give money to stripper booty cheeks. But on top of that, we can then use it as a better version of saving because Bitcoin increases in value constantly while the US dollar decreases in value constantly. The SEC says that it does it about 3% a year, but that's a damn lie. Right now, it's about 7%, 8% every single year. Thankfully, the Federal Reserve has now interest rates at a ridiculously high rate, paying for a new house right now. And if you don't really have that good credit, you're going to pay about 7 to 8% interest rate right now. And they do that to reduce the amount of the inflation. So it has helped. It has reduced the amount of inflation, but inflation is still terrible. It used to be 15%, but now it's going to be about 7, 8%. And they're going to continue to do this. Money is more expensive right now. Therefore, they're going to try to reduce this to the real world value of about 4 or 5% and then just keep it that way for a long, long time. Okay. So Bitcoin is really powerful. Buy more Bitcoin. If you have enough money, start minting Bitcoin. You're helping the environment. You're helping save our children. You're helping saving our grandchildren. Okay. And this is amazing. And this is only going to continue to benefit all of us. Even the people that hate Bitcoin. All right. This will help them. And I'm telling you this because I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's get this money.